So yesterday, I and millions of others got the email saying that my YouTube TV had been raised in price to $83 a month, or basically $1,000 a year now if I wanted to watch NASCAR. That's the way I look at it. And I'll just also let you know that YouTube was $35 a month for the TV and basically $420 a year for their TV back when they started out. Do the inflation calculator, that should probably have went up to $550, a cursed number, I know. But when it came to what I was looking at when it came to watching NASCAR next year, it was YouTube TV and Prime, which would be over $1,000 to be able to watch just the Cup, Xfinity, and truck races. That's not to mention what it would cost to see practice and qualifying when it came to getting Max or other apps for it. So I wanted to talk in a way today as the biggest cheapskate I could be. The cheapest way we can watch NASCAR in 2025, because I don't think NASCAR fans should have to pay anywhere near $1,000 a year to watch this sport. Listen, I get that old cable packages were like this, but I'm under 40 years old. I don't have to, and I should not have to pay for that. So let's look into it series by series, and it's going to have a lot of overlap, so just bear with me on this. Starting with the NASCAR Cup Series, which has the largest amount of channels you're going to need to be able to watch NASCAR races. On the television side, you're going to need Big Fox, Big NBC, as well as FS1, USA, and now TNT, as well as 5 races for Prime with Amazon. So what can you do with this? Well, basically most packages would have broadcast TV be free. You would honestly just need an antenna to be able to watch Fox and NBC races. But that's only going to cover you 9 races this year. I don't think any of us really want to look at that in any way. So you got to start looking at the other ends of it. With Prime, it's going to be $14.99 a month. So because it's in both May and June, you're looking at $30 for the Prime section of the season. Luckily enough, though, you should be able to cancel that. And then with TNT, it should come with any basic cable package that USA or FS1 would be on. But if you really want to cover everything and get Max, that's another $10 a month or $20 for June and July combined. The big one is for the cable side of it. FS1, TNT, and USA on one big platform. And there were some different ones I was looking at, whether it be Tubi or others. But honestly, if you want the best of the best that covers all of them, there is the TV app I saw. This one is about $250 for a 12-month subscription plan and covers just about every cable network. That would cover everything you need. So honestly, Cup-wise, you probably are looking just at $250 a year, or basically $21 a month for it, which maybe, depending on what you have now, could actually be lower in price. There are others just like that as well. But if you're going to add in the Prime side of it too, you're going to have at least $270 throughout the year to be able to watch NASCAR. And if you want to add in the TNT side of it, then you're probably going to be closer to $300 for the Cup Series alone. Now, this will at least cover you for the Fox and FS1 races for the Truck Series, which is all going to be on Fox Sports channels. And if you want Max or Prime for practice and qualifying, well, then I would honestly say the biggest thing is to get a Fire Stick. This is something that I got recently, and it has been a lifesaver because it can have just about every app on it. You get it for about $38 on Amazon as a one-time order, and you just order the apps as you go with it. And that's a really, really big one. Now, all of that is not including the CW just yet, which you're going to need for the entire NASCAR Xfinity Series season. And that one, I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt of how bad they started last year, as it seemed like it was a hodgepodge, put together last second kind of deal, where NBC basically said, yeah, sure, we can have this, let's have a trial run. And that's basically, from what I've heard, been the biggest reason why the CW app did not have the free streaming of races that was initially promised. If that's the case, you will be able to watch any Xfinity race for free on any package you have, as well as any app. And like I said, with the Fire Stick or anything else, you should be able to plug that in no problem, and NASCAR Xfinity Series races will be the easiest to watch. So overall, to watch the top 3 series of NASCAR, with just the races alone, you're looking probably between $250 and $299 total on this. Granted, there's other things to look at, so you might pay a little bit more for that. So probably closer for most to about $500 or $600 a year, which isn't necessarily too bad, because that would roughly be, I would say, around $50 a month, which is way better than most cable packages. Which honestly, if you use the baseline of old cable or the old way of doing it with satellite and everything, this still is relatively cheaper when you look at it that way. But there are a couple other ways that you can look at this. I mean, let's be honest, we all know that you could go on to the Saudi streams. You could connect, for instance. This is a big one. You could connect with other people on accounts. So say if you did want to keep YouTube TV for $83 a month, but you connect that account with 2 or 3 other people, then you're looking at paying that $20 a month. You're looking at having less than $300 a year to watch NASCAR. Those are other options. I'm not necessarily just giving you the plan that I'm looking at, which is the initial one I talked about, but also different options. I want all of you to be able to see and watch races easily every week, all season long, for the easiest way possible on this. But let's also be honest here. We live in the modern era. We live in a very computer and tech savvy era at that. And we all know, like the aforementioned Saudi stream and others, that we can probably maybe find stuff for free out there somewhere, or use a VPN or whatnot. I'm not sponsored by it, so I'm not going to plug an individual one, but let's be honest, that probably is something people are doing out there. And I'm just saying, the open seas, they might be the ones that people are looking at. And if that's you, wink, wink, I guess, do it at your own risk. Go with it that way. But a lot of people are looking like this.
There be treasure right on the open seas.